Hi, I'm Doug Whittaker, Superintendent of Schools here in Charlotte County, Florida. We're a medium-sized district, about 16,000 students and 2,100 employees. My responsibility is holding forth the vision of the district, student success, big exclamation point, which really tries to communicate not only through our district but to our community that our job is to prepare children to be productive and viable and contributing citizens once they leave our school district. The 7 Habits is part of how we do life together. We as the adults in the district have been working on the 7 Habits, learning about it, applying it for the last 10 years. The next logical step was to take this and move it down into the world of our kids. We saw how powerful it was in changing our lives and our paradigms, that we thought if we can do this with our children, how much more powerful will that be?
You know, we looked at a number of solutions, and the Leader in Me just came out to be the right solution at the right time. We had invested a lot of time in our district building the culture of the 7 Habits with adults, with our staff. And we wanted a way to really embed this into our district and into our community. For us, the Leader in Me, with its ubiquitous approach, it's not just about learning character, it's about living it. And it becomes a way of culture in our schools.
We, the students of Sally Jones School, show leadership by following the 7 simple rules. We are proactive, we know how to lead. The end is in mind so that we can succeed.
Great teachers become better under great leadership. Good teachers become great teachers under good leadership. But if we don't have strong leadership in our schools, good teachers become poor teachers and great teachers become mediocre teachers. So my responsibility is to directly hold the principals accountable, not only for instilling the 7 Habits, but for living the 7 Habits. We have chosen as a district to embrace those 7 Habits and include it as part of our principal and district evaluation. It's part of my evaluation as superintendent with the board. We believe so strongly that the 7 Habits should be lived, should be talked about, should be applied day after day, that we're willing to hold each other accountable for doing that.
Leadership is really important to our students. To us, it's the foundation of success in life. And for our students to be able to have the opportunity to learn the skills and the knowledge that they need to really thrive in our schools and in their homes, out in the business world, out in the colleges that they go to, their jobs that they go on to later in life. One of our principals says that this program actually saves kids' lives. And we have seen that in our own community, that it is transforming homes, it's transforming kids' lives, transforms relationships. And so we want to really make an impact here in our district and in our community. These kids will become the next generation of parents. They'll become the next generation of business owners, workers in the community. And so we really want to leave a lasting impact where these kids lead their lives with effectiveness and make a tremendous impact in this area.
It permeates the campus. It changes the lives of kids. It changes the relationship of school with their parents. The 7 Habits has fundamentally changed how I do life, how my wife and I do life together, and how I behave as a superintendent. It's had significant impact in the district and as a result of living those 7 Habits, I push decision-making out. We empower our district leadership, we empower our teachers, who then empower our children to become involved in taking responsibility for learning and taking responsibility for themselves.
During the course of my research, I learned a great deal of leadership qualities from the late Steve Jobs. Persistence is key, and Steve Jobs was a very persistent person.
If I had to pick one outcome from the Leader in Me that has really stood out, it's the confidence that we see in our kids. We see them lead their lives very effectively and with confidence. so that when I go out to a school and I shake a student's hand, they actually look me in the eye and they tell me their name. And when you ask them what they're going to do with their lives, they have a plan. They know what they want to do with their lives. It's amazing.
We've dropped our incidences of misbehavior by over 50%. We're at about 40% of what we used to have discipline-wise. And at the same time, attendance has gone up, tardiness has dropped as well. So we're seeing our kids, as they learn and acquire a sense of the 7 habits, we're seeing our kids take responsibility for themselves and for their own behavior. They also take responsibility for each other, and they hold each other accountable for making good decisions on behavior. When that happens in a school, learning is going to go up. There's less disruption in the classroom, and there's more time, learning time on task as a result of the teacher being able to focus on learning rather than on discipline.
Well, our vision of what the Leader in Me can do for our district is that it really will transform our school district and impact the lives of our community. Seeing all the people gathered here for the symposium, it just really fills me with hope that there are other educators out there, other concerned parents and community partners and government officials that are concerned about the same things, that we really make an impact on this next generation.
But I'm thrilled to death to see this unfold in the district. And then I'm excited for our middle and high schools as they change as well. As these elementary kids move through our system, our middle and high schools have to become bastions of the 7 habits as well. Or the kids are going to question, what's going on here? Where are the 7 habits? So our middle and high school principals know the wave is coming, and they're preparing their schools and their teachers to accept these kids.